Hello, BookTube. I was driving around today. We've been very busy this Labor Day weekend. And the thermometer on my automobile read 100 degrees. I don't know how accurate it was, but it's never done that. Never been in 3 digits before. So, cold beer. Put that aside for now. And I thought I'd do a little video on the Pentathon, which I'm really enjoying and looking forward to finishing, or at least doing. And I had planned to read the first John Carter of Mars, reread, and just didn't have the time, but I wanted to finish something, and I wanted to meet each of the challenges. I got my buddy back here. Here's a bird on the roof behind us. So I went to the Jungle Tales of Tarzan with this beautiful Neil Adams cover. This is a collection of stories from 1916, 1917. And for story, I picked the 6th one, which was The Witch Doctor Seeks Vengeance. And it has all the classic Tarzan elements. And I really enjoyed it. You start with a picture of the false Lord Greystoke in England at a pheasant shoot. He's pampered, he's dressed to the vogue. In other words, he's stylish. He's not very good. He has a loader for his guns, and he's not a very good shot. But he gets plenty of kills because just the advantages, and there's people beating the bush wearing white uniforms probably so they won't get shot by these guys, and everything's made easy, and it's like, and he's thinking, well, it's like my primal ancestors. Well, flash to Africa where the real Lord Greystoke, Tarzan, is hunting an animal and then drinking out of a stream. So there's a contrast back and forth with this. So there, in an earlier story, there was a little boy from the Gomangani tribe, and his little boy's name is Tebow, and he had been abducted by Tarzan because Tarzan wanted to have someone to care for. But eventually, in that story, he ends up back with his mom. His mom's name is Momaya, M-O-M-A-Y-A. I don't know if that's to be mom or whatever Edgar Rice Burroughs' reason for that was. Tarzan notices something in the woods is not right. He starts tracking it. He knows that he meets the mom at the tribal village. She's wailing and screaming, thinking that he probably took her child again. He doesn't understand what she's saying. He gets sick of it, goes into the jungle, but then when he sees the tracks, he starts following, and then all of a sudden sort of dawns on him why she was so upset. And what has happened is, because Tarzan had returned the boy originally, this witch doctor had made a deal to get the boy back the first time, but because he didn't really do anything, the mom wasn't going to pay him. Pay him in goats and copper and a sleeping mat. And he's pretty angry. And he's a leprous guy. He's got a big hole in his face and pointed teeth. And people really fear him. He lives in a dark cave. And he has 2 hyenas that act almost like familiars for him. So he comes and he's going to collect. And she's like, you're not doing anything of the sort. And then her boy disappears and everybody thinks Tarzan did it. Well, Tarzan tracks this boy. You see how he works in the jungle, how he reacts with the other creatures. You see how the boy reacts to being kidnapped and put in this horrific cave with just flimsy barriers between him and the hyenas that want to just rip him apart. And this witch doctor, if he doesn't get what he wants, and it's too much for anybody to pay, that boy's going to be ripped apart. And needless to say, Tarzan's intervention changes everything. And there's this point where the witch doctor, Bukawai, I think is how you say his name, and the witch doctor for the village, Rabakega, get into a battle, a wizard's battle, a witch doctor's battle. And then the boy is eventually reunited with his mom. So again, all the wonderful attributes these stories have, the pitiless nature of the jungle and the law of the jungle, and how frightful it can be, and these villages that are trying to survive in the midst of this. The littlest thing brings mayhem and death. And then and the contrast between Tarzan and the Lord Greystoke in England is wonderful. So it's a good story. This Jungle Tales of Tarzan in these black covered editions, which I love and have many of, and with these neat Neil Adams artwork. Let's see the best way to maybe like that. Give you an idea how they look. These are great fun. So I enjoyed it. That was the first weekend of the Pentathon, hosted by Paperback Junkie. So thank you, Matt, and thank you, BookTube.